Race distance 305 kilometres. Let's take you over to Murray Walker and this time round Derek Warwick.
Programmed computerised pause of up to about 3 seconds, and they all go out and everybody is off, or will be, for the 69-lap Canadian Grand Prix at Montreal, which is almost go. In fact, it is go! Nice start from Coulthard. Great start from Schumacher. Schumacher second. Schumacher has passed Mika Häkkinen already. And is going for the lead, and off goes. Now they're going to stop the race, no doubt about that at all. And that, well, it's one of the Benettons.
I think it's Wirtz. Also, we've got a stop on the grid here. Ralf Schumacher has stalled on the grid as well, so the race is stopped. So I believe from that they will be able to take their spare cars. So I think
Jarno Trulli, the young Italian driver. Well, it's somebody said earlier today we've had 3 or 4 races already, and all of them got away cleanly for Atlantics and Formula 4s. They said, I hope Formula 1 is not going to be the race where we have trouble at the first corner. Well, that it has proved to be, and there'll be quite a long delay now because the teams will be frantically and rapidly getting the second cars ready as Wirtz on the left runs in, as Trulli on the right runs in.
Yeah, the regulation, Murray, is that if it stops on the first lap, the red flag, the drivers can in fact run back and get into their spare car. It's quite interesting that you see Wirtz there, who's obviously gone, who's turned over sideways, still had the mind to put the car steering wheel back on.
Now here's a replay. You see Coulthard leading. There is Schumacher behind, but look back, and you can see that as Wirtz goes over the curb, and behind him was Jean Alesi. There is the Prost of Jarno Trulli, and they're inextricably tangled together. Here it is again from Alesi's point of view, and to the right is Eddie Irvine. And oh, that was the problem. The Jordan stalled, didn't get away, and that caused a kerfuffle as they came into the first corner.
I think what happened, Murray, is Wirtz has obviously come in near miles too fast. You see him coming from the left there. He just hit Alesi. The car's turned over twice. Big shunt, actually, very big accident. Lucky enough it was just where the gravel trap, so fortunately he wasn't injured.
Johnny Herbert walks in, and what people don't realise, of course, Derek, is that the cars, even from a standing start so close to that corner, would still be going tremendously quickly, such is the acceleration.
He would have probably been doing 75, 80 miles an hour at that point. The reason you don't see both of the Sauber drivers running back is they've only got one spare car. Both Sauber drivers were included in that accident, and they already know that the car is set up for Alesi.
Johan Willem del Pral, the operations director of Benetton, talks to Wirtz. Are you okay? Yes, I am. And James Allen is with Dave Richards, the boss of Benetton.
Yes, right in the middle of it all, Alex Wirtz just walks back into the garage. Dave, what's your feeling at the moment? Obviously, you can use the spare car. It's set up for Alex.
Yeah, everything's set up ready for Alex. Obviously, it's it's not a bit of a frightening incident for him and as well as the whole team on that first corner. And if you look back only 2 weeks ago and what was going on in the tunnel at Monaco, he's had his fair share of accidents recently. But no, the car's set up for him. Everything's ready. I don't see any reason why we shouldn't be in a perfect position for the restart.
What was your view of what happened?
I didn't really see it. I've seen it on a small screen so far, and he was on the inside cutting in. It's all going into the same corner together at the same time. I guess one of those incidents.
Thanks a lot, Dave.
Well, Johnny Herbert walks in. He'd got his car going extremely well because in the warm-up this morning, Johnny Herbert was 6th fastest. Johnny's hardly ever without a smile on his face, and there's the proof as his Sauber Petronas is retrieved from the gravel trap.
Well, it's finished off a bit of a bad weekend for Johnny, really. He knows he hasn't got a spare car. Both the cars are stuck on the circuit, so he knows now he can catch an early plane home.
Yes, because Jean Alesi will be all right. There's no question of number 1 driver and number 2 driver in the Sauber team. They've got equal standing, but it's appalling luck for Johnny Herbert because he hasn't done well in terms of points this year. He had a 6th place in Australia to get the one World Championship point that he has got, which has put him into 5th position, but he would have welcomed more, obviously. So we're waiting for the restart here at Montreal, and it's a very good time to take a break. 3, 4, 5, pause, away. Now what's Schumacher, is he going to do it this time? No, he's not, it's a bad start. Fisichella goes through, and one of the McLarens is stuck at the back, and they're coming together again, and off spins a Jordan, and Schumacher again, and they're going to get through all right. Yes, they keep going, but there's problems there, and that is Jean Alesi, and on his car number 12 is Jarno Trulli. This is going to be another race stop and another need to restart it. I can't see them possibly getting the cars away, but one of the McLarens was in trouble, and it was the McLaren of Mika Häkkinen. Fisichella is second, and Ron Dennis gesticulating there. I suspect it is stopped the race. Jarno Trulli rushes back to his car. That is Jacques Villeneuve. Where he is in the race, I don't know. But coming up into second position is Michael Schumacher, challenging Fisichella as they go into the casino chicane. That's the last turn at the end of the lap as they come through now, building up to 200 miles an hour as they come down to the chicane for turns 12 and 13. But the big question is, are they stopping the race? And I don't think they are.
No, if they can clear those cars, they won't stop the race again, Murray, because there's just no point. They'll probably go to a safety car or something, which obviously will be a lot safer. They don't want to keep starting this race because the same thing could happen again.
Absolutely. Good thinking, and I must say, safety cars going out, that is the most sensible thing to do. But what the safety car is what you can see in front. It is the silver Mercedes, which is going to slow them all down. They're going to have to stay in formation behind that car, and they deliberately choose a production car that'll go pretty quick so that the racing cars are not slowed up too much. And you saw the Jordan touring in there, but and that was Mika Häkkinen touring in now, and there is Eddie Irvine with a rear puncture, left rear puncture. My goodness, this Canadian Grand Prix is full of incident before they've even done a full racing lap. Eddie Irvine coming in. Takagi has gone out of the race. Tora Takagi in the Tyrrell. Eddie Irvine comes into the pits to take on a new left rear. Shades of Jacques Villeneuve and Gilles Villeneuve, and those shots that you saw earlier on before the programme began. And of course the race is still on. If they can get that wheel on, and they will do very quickly indeed, he will be, and in comes Mika Häkkinen, and it looks like Mika Häkkinen's race is over already, in which case he's lost 10 possible World Championship points, and the World Championship table could close right up if David Coulthard can win this race. Long way to go. There is the safety car. Now let's just explain the situation to you. And whose Sauber is that? I didn't see the number. There was no driver there. Was it Jean Alesi? And Eddie Irvine goes out and rejoins. Now he will go very quickly and get on the end of the line of cars. Restart. Great start by David Coulthard, who cuts off Mika Häkkinen, and Fisichella goes through. Schumacher dodges round, and one of the Williams is coming up very fast. The Jordan spins out, blocks the track. Coming up in the rear, you can see a delayed starter, and it's all chaos.
Well, there's two things that happened there, Murray. First of all, there was a problem with Häkkinen's car. He either dropped a clutch or something, because he just lost drive to that car. And then with Schumacher, Ralf Schumacher, he made a mistake. He went over the grass. He caused everybody to concertina up. You can see him locking up there. He's gone over the grass. Everybody's had to go onto the brakes. It's then ricocheted right the way down the grid. They've all 4, 5, 6 abreast, and the next thing you know is Lazy and Churro has crashed.
Well, Ralf Schumacher has not covered himself in glory. He's out of the race, and there's a bit of a fire developing there. There's a bit of a fire developing there in Jarno Trulli's cross, so it is out. Now the safety car is out then as we ride with Heinz Harald Frentzen. There is Schumacher flying across the circuit in front of him. Frentzen misses him, and we're on to lap 3 now. Here's another restart from Mika Häkkinen's point of view as David Coulthard gets away well, moves across the track, takes up the racing line, and Mika Häkkinen slows right down.
Yeah, you can see he's gone first, second, and when he's pulled for third, he's just lost drive to the car. So either it's a